Hi, it's Don Southerton and your weekly episode of Everything Korea Office Chat. I have my coffee ready. One last sip. I have my notes. And so pull up your chair and let's sit back and have a discussion. So, when confronted, it's very common for Western teams and leadership to learn as much about a problem or situation, pull it apart, then work toward a solution. It's very linear, you know. For leaders, they listen to the issue at hand, then based on their past experience, provide what they see are work-throughs and a direction for the team. This works really well, but does get complicated when we layer on doing business internationally, as others may see things differently. For Korea, and this does apply globally, looking beyond the apparent issue at hand is critical. For instance, if I was asked to move a project forward or resolve an issue, I'd first step back and look at the big picture. They do impact decisions and are not to be dismissed. Then I'd look at the local geopolitical and economic dimensions, trade, political tensions, maybe how the current Biden administration might view the Koreas, China, and Japan. Next, I'd note the upcoming South Korea presidential election of March 2022 and how both local and national politics potentially could impact the project. I've seen in the past where one administration might be favor a project or lean that direction, and then the newly elected government less supportive and have other priorities. This shift can be considerable and ripple through companies big and small. That said, getting to understand what the real issues are can be the greatest challenge. And frankly, this is where I get most engaged. You know, for one, the Korean workplace is full of a complexity of inner relations. Decisions within a company or an agency must consider all the relationships and their impact on the greater organization. Let me share an example of a project that I was engaged. A meeting was held between a well-known Western company I was representing and a local Korean group. Now there was a high-level presentation. The Korean leadership was pleased and willing to move forward, but deferred some details that were going to be internally discussed. It was very common. Now, to the dismay of the local project leads, this is the teams who have been working with me, but sort of interacting, with the U.S. company. That because during the days following the the presentation, assignments for portions of the project were distributed to a number of departments within the group, all considerably less familiar, less engaged, and frankly skeptical about the project. Now, in private, the project leader was not pleased, but he accepted the mandate. And there was no recourse since the parceling came from leadership. The team did not wish to create a issue despite knowing that the other teams were poorly equipped to handle the situation. The lead team thought to maintain harmony above all, even knowing the project would suffer. A little backstory on this is that this was one of the relatively, large Korean group that was going to start going global, expanding more internationally. And this was a mandate from the chairman even of this group. And so parceling different parts of this project to the different teams was, I think, his way of introducing more people other than the one small group that had some international experience. He was trying to get more people involved in the international business. So his goal was very practical and I think really appropriate. But again, sort of the working team on the project, they really thought this was going to be really a challenge. So again, in this case, the situation was conveyed to me in private, and we worked to ensure the project, in fact, did move forward. We were very inclusive, knowing that there were many and less supportive in the company. So we didn't let that overpower the project, recognizing it. And we had countermeasures in place. Now, to sum up this week's chat, overcoming challenges is the best approach by stepping back and getting the big picture. I call this the 360 approach. More so, when dealing internationally, as each region, country, and even a company or government entity may have their own nuances and agenda. As always, I'm open to discussing your challenges. And I provide a third-person perspective. Feel free to reach out by text, messaging, phone, email, the usual ways. Again, this is Don Southerton wishing you all the best. Let's chat very soon. Let's set up that Zoom. Take care.